Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. In today's video, I will be collecting my largest bonsai ever. I don't have to go far to collect this tree. It's just in my backyard. I planted a yew tree in the backyard about 15 years ago, and I've been letting it grow wild and clipping it back. Not really on any schedule, just when I noticed it's getting really tall and bushy, I would prune it back. So this year, I'm finally going to dig it out of the ground and put it in a training pot. It's time to get to work on the yew tree here in the bonsai zone. Here's the yew that I've grown in the backyard as sort of a pre-bonsai. And I was going to leave it in the ground here for another season, but apparently the chickens and ducks have been pecking at these lower branches. I didn't think they would touch this tree because it's kind of poisonous, I believe. So, kind of late spring, you can see the buds trying to come out on these branches. But yeah, the chickens and ducks just keep nibbling them off. So I'm going to have to dig it up now, and I'm in that process of doing so. You can see the roots kind of coming down. It's a pretty cool tree. I've been, pruning it over the years as a bonsai. Whenever I think of it, I certainly haven't been keeping up with the pruning like I do with a tree on the bench. It's sort of, maybe once a year or once every 2 years I prune it back quite hard, and you can see some of the scars here. You cut a branch off and it dies right back down the trunk, but and then it, grows again and starts healing and rolling over. So that is where I'm at, and I'm digging down quite deep. These roots are really stubborn. Usually when you get down to this level, the tree kind of, if you pull on the trunk here and wiggle it, you get some wiggling of the tree, and I'm not getting a whole lot. You can see there's a little movement here, but not much. So it's still pretty solid in the ground. So I've dug down quite a ways, but I'll have to dig further and kind of get underneath the root ball and see what roots are holding it in place. So that's where I'm at. I don't know if the tree will live. I'm pretty confident it will, but who knows? It's not the ideal time for digging a tree up. But if I don't dig it up now, it'll just get picked at, and I don't know if it'll live back here either. So anyway, I'm going to keep working away, and if the tree lives, you'll see it on another video. If it doesn't, well, you'll know what I spent my Sunday afternoon doing one day in late spring, June the 2nd, 2019. I think that's got it. After much digging, I think I've finally got the tree free. I'll see if I can pick it up now. Oh my goodness. It's still attached. There's a few fine roots still holding it in the ground. That may have gotten it. Here I go. Try lifting it again. Yep, that's working. Yeah, a lot of roots down here that kind of went deep in the soil. Okay, I've got to get it out of this area and over to my bonsai area. So here I go. The door open. Okay. They're really heavy.
one. If I can even lift this. This will be hard. I can lift it. Might be hard to get it up high. Okay, here I go. There. All right. I can take this away. Whoa. I'm hoping to be able to put the tree in one of these tubs of water to keep the roots moist until I go to plant it. I'm not sure if it'll fit though, but I'll give it a try. I think I'll try the square container here. It's a little bigger. Okay, grab it by the roots here, and off it goes. If I could get that wheelbarrow out of here. It's not moving, the wheelbarrow's not moving. There we go. Okay, now, this is definitely not gonna fit in here. Shoot. I may have to prune some of the roots first to get it into one of these tubs of water. So I'll get out the loppers and start pruning some of these larger roots off. Okay, I've got the loppers, and it's always good to clean up these cuts. These are just cut from the shovel, so it's better to get some sharper pruners and come in. And I try and prune horizontal with the surface of the soil. So kind of, you know, angle cuts like that. There's a few tangly kind of roots here that'll have to be pruned off eventually. And I'll get rid of all this original soil eventually too. But for now, I just want to fit it in this water. It's been kind of bare rooted for the morning here. And I think it's kind of important to get it back into some soil. Or some water. Moisture. There we go. Slowly getting in there. There's a big root here I can cut. One here. This was a really hard job getting this out of the ground. The roots went really deep. Okay, let's see if that'll fit in now. Probably won't, but oh, that's pretty well in there. Yeah, it's fitting in quite nicely now. I can't fit all the roots in the soil. You can see some of the surface roots above here. And I can't fill it up anymore, the tub, because there's some holes over there. I won't get time to work on the tree tonight, so I think I'll just have to put some wet, damp towels on top of the roots and leave it overnight until I get to it tomorrow morning. I've got an old bed sheet. I'll wet it. Like that. And then I'll place it around the root base. Just to cover it up and keep it moist. There's a view of the roots now, all safe and sound, until tomorrow morning when I can start work on it. The wet bed sheets did a really good job of keeping the roots moist overnight. And I was thinking there's two things I need. I need a big training box to put the tree in, and I need a lot of soil. So I went out and got some soil this morning. I got perlite and the turfus, or the safety zorb. So I'll have to mix up a batch of soil, and I'll have to make a training box. If I were to use a plastic tub to train the tree in, at this size the plastic would be very flexible. It wouldn't really be rigid enough to lift it up and move the tree in that. So I'm going to build a wooden training box. I'll come in here and measure approximately what size box I need to make. So I'm thinking about 18 inches or 46 centimeters across, and maybe 22 inches long or 56 centimeters. I don't want to make the training box too big, or it gets really hard to move the tree around. If it's too small, you have to cut off a lot of roots and the tree may not live. So somewhere in the middle is about right. I can take my time making the training box. The tree's safely in the water here with the sheet wrapped around the roots, so it can stay there for several days without doing any harm. I'll cut this thick board in half for my end pieces of the box, and then I'll cover the sides with these hardwood slats. I'm going to lay out the end pieces now, and I will put a slight taper to them. It'll make it easier to lift the tree out of the training box. So I want to put a taper, so I think I don't want to put much of an angle. I'll try it at about here. See what that looks like. That should be good. I'll lay out this end now. So there's my end piece. You can see the slight taper on it. So now I've got to do number 2. This wood is all reclaimed lumber, so I'll have to pick the best part of the wood. It's kind of rotten on the one end here, so I'll pick the best section of the wood and cut it off at that length. I've got my 2 end pieces here and here, and these side pieces will go on like that and hold it all together. I'll drill my holes in the hardwood now, and then I can start assembling. I'm going to put the first slat flush with the top. I'll line it up, and then I can put my next screw in. Right about there, I think. So I'll just line up my wood. That looks pretty good right there. I'll screw this part together. Now I can screw together the other side top piece. So I'll line it up like that, and together it goes. Like that. So it's starting to look like a box. And this is where it ends, so about here. Sure is a beautiful day here today. Nice and cool, and there's a nice wind blowing. Perfect weather for building boxes, that's for sure. I will put another screw in here just to hold this bottom slat together here. It's got a split right there, so we don't want it falling off and all our soil spilling out the bottom of the pot. Like that. All right, I'll start screwing this lower slat in place, or panel. I found some more pieces from an old skid. I think I can get maybe a good section out of the middle anyway. So here's my bottom pieces so far. So I just need to fit a skinny little piece in the remaining gap here. So I'll cut it up to fit. I'll lay out all my holes for the bottom piece and get them screwed in. Alright, I'll start screwing the bottom in. I have to put a lot of screws in here because they're all kind of split, the boards. They're strong, they're just kind of split along the grain. I think the box will hold together really well over the years. I don't know how long it'll be in this training box, but I would plan 4 or 5 years in here. I've got my box all done. I think it'll work pretty good. I've got the training box all finished. So I'll have to mix up my soil to put in the pot, do the root pruning and get the tree planted, but that'll be coming up in part 2. That's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.